Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well at this very moment that you are viewing this weekly devotion. In saying that, this is Wednesday. Now we've been for the past few months doing the weekly devotions on Monday, but there was a discussion and that took place, and we all felt it would be best to have our devotions on Wednesday. So just note that on your calendar. They'll be uploaded on the Facebook as well as here on the website. Now, typically with devotions, we focus on biblical principles that are gleaned from passages in the Scripture for you to keep with you as you go about the day and live out your Christianity during the week. But I want to try something different this week by giving you a proper explanation to a very famous Bible verse. And you know this Bible verse very well. It's John 14:6, which reads as follows. And I have my notes right in front of me if you see me looking down a lot. John 14:6 reads as follows. Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Now, I want to tell you before we jump into this that if you read the Greek, which most of you can't do, but when you read the Greek, it actually translates word for word perfectly down into English. Okay, so what you read there is pretty much straightforward with the Greek, and I want to tell you this because a lot of people get caught up and they say, "I wonder what the Greek has to say about it." Well, the Greek has this to say about it: "I am the way and the truth and the life," and there's no mystery around the translation here. It's very straightforward. Okay, so again, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me," and this is Jesus speaking. Now, many Christians will lean on this particular verse and simply tell others something along the lines of, "Well, Jesus said he is the truth," and so there you have it, right? But have you ever wondered what makes these statements true? Okay. In other words, if someone asked you that, okay, would you be able to offer an explanation to this statement that Jesus makes here? And that can be difficult to do, especially if you're not prepared with one. So what I want to do with this devotion is help you out with, by giving you an explanation that you can use. So it's going to take a little bit of work, but I really do feel and believe that this is going to be worth the effort. So let's jump into this, okay? Well, throughout the book of John, which this statement is made, the Gospel of John, it repeatedly states that his disciples did not understand the things that Jesus did and said until after he was glorified. In other words, nothing in the Gospel of John particularly makes any sense until Jesus is resurrected. And that applies to all the other Gospels as well, which means that if you know the ending, the resurrection in this case, then everything else begins to fall into its proper place and it begins to make sense. So it's kind of like this backwards reading that you have to do. And the best way to understand this is think of a mystery movie like Sherlock Holmes, where at the end of the movie or the book, everything falls into place because you get that aha moment where you get clarity, okay, on how they solved the mystery and all that. Well, the book of John, I believe, at least when I read it, specializes in this, okay? In other words, once you know the end, everything just falls into place, the end being resurrection. And the same thing applies to the statement that Jesus makes in John 14:6, okay? So what am I getting at? Well, you have to understand this statement, okay? "I am the way, the truth, and the life," backwards, okay, in order for any of it to make clear sense. So you have to begin with the resurrection, all right, and then apply this verse backwards, okay? So again, the order that Jesus says is, "I am the way," number one, "the truth, and the life," okay? And when we read this backwards with the resurrection, it looks like this: resurrection, the life, the truth, and then the way. See, we're going backwards here. So let me break this down for you, okay? Jesus was pronounced dead and placed in a tomb where his body was lifeless. And on the third day, he was resurrected and brought back to life. Well, this means in Jesus there is no death because he was resurrected, right? There is only life. All right. So therefore, because of the resurrection, Jesus is what? He is the life. He's not a life. He is the life. All right, so that moves into that. So going beyond this, Jesus said in John 2:19, and just follow me here, okay? Destroy this temple, and I will raise it again in 3 days. Okay, and we know that Jesus was not speaking about the holy temple in Jerusalem. Rather, he was speaking about the temple of his holy body, which was raised on the third day. We just celebrated that with the Easter event. Now, if there was no resurrection, then what Jesus said about himself is not true, right? Okay, and then nothing he claims can be trusted. But because he was resurrected, okay, what he prophesied about himself can be trusted, and therefore Jesus is the truth. Okay, see how we're working our way backwards? So he was, because of the resurrection, he is the life, and because of that, he is the truth. Okay, now, moving to the very first statement that Jesus makes, Jesus claims that he is the way. And because he is speaking the truth, we just talked about that, he must therefore be the way. All right, so all of that was probably a little confusing there, but if you go back and listen to that again, I'm going to say that you're going to get this. But in summary, all right, because of the resurrection, Jesus is the life, and because he is the life, he is the truth, and because he is the truth, he is the way and the only way to God the Father. All right, this statement that Jesus makes only makes sense when you begin with the resurrection and work your way backwards, just like the rest of the gospel. Now, if you want to put this to the test, try doing it forward, right? I guarantee it makes more sense the way that we just broke it down. So there you have it. I believe that's a proper explanation to what makes these statements true. All right. And because Jesus is the life, the truth, and the way, I just read that backwards. I hope that you and those, you come across in your path, in your walk with Christ, will choose Jesus the Christ. God bless you. Again, I do believe that, what we covered in this weekly devotional, although not your typical weekly devotional, more of an apologetic and a teaching session, but I do believe that this is very beneficial for us to be able to explain what we believe. God bless you and take care.